P-Storm.
Hello, welcome back to P-Storm. I am Pluvius Lilon, and today we're playing Ace Attorney Justice for All. Now, when we last left off, we found out that Adrian didn't kill Juan after all, but now we're left to find out who did. Because if it wasn't Matt, and it wasn't Adrian, then who could it have been?
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
There, Pearls.
I can't take it anymore.
Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and not hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. On Guard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going.
You're right. Mystic Maya's in much more pain than I am.
Yes, that's right. So...
Hey, you guys. Glad I caught you, pal. Mr. Scruffy Detective.
Oh boy. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now.
It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal.
But we're kind of busy right now. So what are you going to do from now on?
What do you mean, pal?
Well, you've been fired, right? So, do you have a new job lined up yet?
Oh, that. What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday.
What are you talking about? You don't have another payday.
I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal.
Say what?
You'll be searching for things that'll prove Mr. On Guard's innocence all day, right?
Well, yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things.
Okay. By the way, what's your best dish?
Instant noodles, pal.
Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods?
That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. He said that? That's horrible. But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally.
The truth? Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there's something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing.
You mean about that thing, pal?
Why would she want to... Fuck.
Then, you're saying that testimony was a lie?
Not a lie, per se, just that it feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe.
That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that.
Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss Von Karma, do you have any information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning?
Miss Von Karma was shot today on her way to the trial by a pistol, pal.
But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in a stable condition, but...
Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there.
I mean, aren't there, like, a bunch of major blood vessels in the shoulder?
They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably rested at the hospital.
Which one?
What, are you gonna visit her, pal?
No, well, I was thinking about it.
Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to trial today. So maybe it'd be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick.
Pearl, no.
Let's see. The name of the hospital... Oh yeah, the Hottie Clinic. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. Never thought I'd come back to this place.
Yes, are you here to visit a patient?
Hi. Wait a second, you're...
Yes, I'm Director Hottie.
Why are you still here?
Yes, what is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes.
Director Hottie. Edgeworth.
Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes, what is it?
Director, Franziska. How is Franziska von Karma?
You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Because, you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes. Yes, nothing. That surgery, it went well.
You have my gratitude. Looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret.
She looks so pitiful. Absolutely tired. Yes. But I understand. Yes, her opponent was a gun after all. And when I snuck up on a real secret like, she would scream really loud. Yes.
I see.
But she's really cute too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes. But I think I could get used to it. Ah!
Go back to your room.
You're so mean. So mean. My frisky Friska. But that's good. Okay. Yes. It's time for my IV drops. Yes.
And what are those tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Finish Wright? I knew I shouldn't have come here. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. I even had full intentions of running the trials this morning. But that would have been too much for you. There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. It was the only logical course of action, given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. On Guard, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Finish Wright. If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem, whether she had tampered with the evidence or not. I have only one objective, to find On Guard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Finish Wright. The end justifies the means. Miss Von Karma, Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then On Guard will really be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she's now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was... Ow! I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you'll excuse me... What's wrong? Why'd she suddenly cut you off?
Probably because she thinks I had an advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... but she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright. The courtroom is a garden of judgment. I'm putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. That card. What in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright. This is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. The task is to find the owner of this card. A man called Shelley the Killer. And just as his name states, he is a killer. An assassin. The best at that. An assassin? So who is this Shelley the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelley is the professional name of the third heir to the De Killer name. So because his professional name is Shelley, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Why would he do something like that? We think it is part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. The killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. I guess that even honorable assassins can exist. So you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Shelley the Killer, huh? I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible, and resolve this by tomorrow. Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to... Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity. Mr. Nick? There's no way you can find her. We don't have a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right, listen. You need to know something. Juan Corrado was killed by Shelley the Killer, and the client who ordered the job is Matt on God, your own client. Please stop. I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you will need this. What is it? The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we are looking into any clues that might lead us to Shelley the Killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they'll let you enter. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again if anything should happen. Now if you'll excuse me... Mr. Nick, do you think Mr. On Guard hired an assassin? No way. I mean, he doesn't have a psyche lock. Yeah, I guess not. Maya, please. I couldn't read that.
I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. Even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up, like how Nick does with everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around. What is this place? I've got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them to Sis and maybe get out of here. Locked, of course. And it doesn't look like I can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only I was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through here.
Okay, I know Maya's short, but how short is she that she can fit through a fucking pet door?
That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Aw, how cute. But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. There's a framed picture sitting on this coffee table. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, "With love, Celeste." I bet this could be a clue. Oh, hey, it's a computer. I've never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. Drat. There goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. What is this thing? An antenna, I guess? And this is a VCR? There sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. But what's an antenna doing here?
Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will.
Yeah!
It seems that your Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you.
He is?
For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you.
Ways? You mean...
Dead men tell no tales is how the saying goes, correct?
Dead? No way, you're lying. I mean, an assassin?
People are not always who they appear to be.
Nick!
Mr. Nick? Oh, yes, Pearls? Got caught up in my thoughts about Maya's situation. Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know. I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. On Guard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going too. Okay. Right. Detention center. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Aw. I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh yeah, here's a message here for you. A message? It's from Matt On Guard. Ah, here you are. What did he write? Is it something really important? I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I've got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Oh, Mr. Wright. So actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shu. I didn't put a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably getting pretty hungry. You think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright? This is terrible. Let's hurry, we have to feed his cat. I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now. Yeah, I guess. A client's request is a request. Guess I should go check up on his cat. And how the fuck do I guess you get there from the hotel. Alright now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to, for Mystic Maya's sake. It's probably Old Bag. You shall not pass! Miss Oldbag.
Don't devalue my name and turn it into a gasp, you spiky-headed pettifogger. Pettifogger? Sorry. Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again. Although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. It's all your fault. You've awakened a wild beast inside of Oldbag. Ah!
Miss Oldbag?
Keep your hands off of me. This helmet is airtight. No air gets in and no air gets out.
Then why do you keep putting it on?
Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're going to have to defeat me if you want to get by. I'm not hearing this. Huh. You're a million light years too early to be asking me questions, whippersnapper.
Looks like the only way I'm gonna get any investigating done is to find something... is to first do something about this kooky alien. Sure is dark. I'll go turn on a light. Wow, so he just left his door open, huh? Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's find Shu, the kitty cat. Shu! So I guess this is Shu. Oh, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shu. The cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me. May I help you with something, Mr... Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. On Guard lawyer. The Master's... Then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes. It's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I'm the family butler, John Doe. Nice to meet you. Wait, why doesn't the butler feed the cat then? You must know all sorts of things about Mr. On Guard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs. How typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I would have to say maybe about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. You know, I would have thought Mr. On Guard the kind to have a maid over a butler. That's a very cute cat you've got there. That's a good cat right there. It is my duty to take care of him. The master rather fancies Shu. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. Well, then I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. We should probably get going ourselves. So young and yet already so accomplished. A master of law. But there's also a lot to be proud of in being a butler, in charge of the house and all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Now, if you'll excuse me... Alright. Probably crushed him with the motorcycle. A giant bicycle is flying through the air. That bicycle, Pearls, is one where you don't have to pedal and it moves on its own. Really? Wow! But, sorry to disappoint you, it can't fly. Oh, it's too bad. There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick. I bet it's for Mr. On-Guard's cat to use. Oh, you mean shoe? The door, it's locked tight. Well, I guess that's to keep nosy people from me... I guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering it. It's a very comfortable and spacious lounge set. I wonder if famous stars drop by and sit around and have a good time. In any case, I don't really belong here, do I? What's with me and feeling inferior today? Oh, there's a giant cooking hearth here. That's actually a fireplace. How are they different, Mr. Nick? You know, I've never actually seen a hearth before, come to think of it. You should come by and visit Faye Manor then. I'll show you one when you do. Ugh. See, anything else? Oh, the masks here. Yeah, that one in the middle's the Steel Samurai. The ones next to it are the Pink Princess and the Evil Magistrate. They fought many battles against the backdrop of Neo-Old Tokyo. Wow, you really know a lot about the Steel Samurai, Mr. Nick. I don't know whether to laugh or cry that I know more about that show than a kid. There's another door over there. You shouldn't go wandering off over there, Mr. Nick. Yes, Pearls. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her to stop playing around. Wow, so there was really no purpose in coming here? Other than to talk to the butler? I guess not. Ugh. Guess we'll go to the Criminal Affairs Department then. Wow, everybody really looks busy with something or another. They're probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hey, hurry up with that, will ya? Pass the victims list around. You gotta be kidding. There's over 100 people on here. Mr. Nick? Is Mr. On-Guard really that big and bad of a criminal? Actually, Pearls, never mind. It sounds like they're working on a different case. Oh yeah, why am I examining? I already know everything that's... yeah. Maybe if I show her this letter I got from Edgeworth. Miss Oldbag? If you would look at...
What, you want me to look at this worthless piece of...
Edgy poo?
Is that her perfume? Pheromone d'amour I smell?
Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth.
Yours truly?
That man's good at flattery. Fine. But only because Edgy Poo said so, you understand? I just thought of something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. If you do anything bad, I won't let you off the hook.
Looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth. That may be, but you know nothing is going to come of it. That's so mean, Mr. Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared. Ow. Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. So anyway, let's continue our investigation. Okay. What now? One little thing before I forget. You can't go into On Guard's room today. Why? The police's main investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear? Wonder if they're the team in charge of investigating the killer.
So don't go in there. Set one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Wendy Old Dog.
Okay. Looks like we're the only ones here. And yet, the hotel seems so busy somehow. Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about the killer. Hey, city boy! Lotta, you're still here. Wrecking course! Investigative photographer eats her stars on her ability to snap up the scoop, yeah? This hotel just has that aura of mystery. You know, like something's always about to happen. But, do you have a camera? Wreck given. A photographer's gotta have cameras out there like corn, like to be a real pro, you know? So I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feeding the mouth, do you have mine, you bread thief? Why can't you drop that thief thing already?
Yeah, let's give her the camera.
What? That's literally what she asked for. Ah, my baby. My $1,600 baby. What's with that red-coated prosecutor anyhow? The guy told me it was evidence and refused to give it back to me. Well, that's kind of how it is. Hey, you're that redcoat's friend, ain't you? So put in a few good words for me and get back my camera. You want me to do what? Listen, nag the guy real good for about 5 hours and I guarantee he'll give it back. Why don't you do your own dirty work? I want to ask you about the night of the murder. What, you really gonna shell out the bucks for the info I got? Lotta, you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, were you not? Well, kinda, but... Brace yourself, Phoenix, here it comes. I didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know? Followed a few stars around, got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them too. She wasn't here the entire time. Looks like she wasn't here the entire time that night. The security lady also wasn't in this hallway the whole time either. Guess that means there's no one who can tell us who came and went that night. So, about the note that was inside your camera case. Oh, that ditty I wrote? Yeah, can I believe what you've written? You mean the stuff about On Guard shoving his manager lady on the corridor? Yeah. Well, I reckon you best not be believing that. What? Look, I sort of wrote that on a whim, you know? Writing whatever came to mind. Whatever came to mind? Yeah, when you get down to it, it's just a bunch of random bulldooders. Hey, what's with you? Why is staring at me like my grandpa used to? And why do you look like you suddenly got older too, or am I just shrinking here? Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. A tabloid photographer without a camera is just a tabloid, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Keep yourself together out there, you hear? I'm going to see you in court tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you then. And you too there, Lilon. Keep up the good work, okay? Okay. Don't be picky about your food now. Okay. Make sure y'all do your homework, you hear? Okay. And if you happen to find yourself a camera, would you please just leave already? Alright, I guess all we can really investigate is Corrida's hotel room. What the fuck? Ooh, ooh. Mr. Nick. What is that otherworldly, ghastly moaning? Oh, evil ghosts. I don't think it's a ghost. Maybe it's a demon? Sorry, I had to put down my coffee.
Excuse me? What are you calling a demon, brat?
Ah! Zoinks! It's the alien!
Who are you calling an alien?
Oh, it's just you, Miss Old Bag. What are you doing here?
What is wrong with young'uns nowadays? I came down here to pay my respects to poor Juan, and you're disturbing me.
Please talk to me about the night of the murder, just one more time.
I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer and her note. She was loitering around here with that imbecilic look on her face.
With that imbecilic look on her face. Okay, got it.
Now hold on a second there, you little pipsqueak. If you're gonna take notes, at least make me sound better than that.
Alright. Now I've seen everything.
But you know, I was working that night too. Doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night.
I was wondering if you could tell me more about Mr. Corrida.
He was the most popular star, you know. Especially where it counts, in my book.
But I heard that he was lagging behind in the polls against Mr. On Guard.
Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all that, you know. But he was going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Look, just look at this mountain of presents. The show of the mountain of feelings all his fans had for him.
Yeah, the mountain is pretty big, and certainly nothing to shake a stick at. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? The presents, they're all bears, right? She's got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. All of Mr. Corrida's from his fans seem to be... or all of Mr. Corrida's presents from his fans seem to be... bears.
Oh, that's because you can't think of one without thinking about bears.
Bears? Why bears?
You don't know? When my dear Juan was training, he fought barehanded with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight, they became friends.
Wow. What a heartwarming story.
Look, it's just like those young people's dramas. I can see those two tuckered out, down by a river going, heh, you sure can fight. You too, Bob. You too.
Did all that really happen?
It's in his biography, Bob.
What a load of crock.
So ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents.
Yeah, nice. Bears. I'm Uncle Bear, and I say it's barely 8 o'clock.
What is that infernal racket? It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m., way past your bedtime.
That startled me. I thought I was going to die for a second. 8 p.m. That's the time when the awards ceremony ended that night, remember? Time sure flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. The transceiver. Hello? Hello?
This is not a phone.
Maya. How's Maya? You haven't heard her, have you?
It seems you are not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Attorney. I've heard the news. So it would seem my present did you no good.
No, Mystic Maya! One more day, please. All I ask for is one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time. Please.
I suppose if I must. I need that acquittal more than anything else, after all.
Please. Please let Maya say something. I want to hear she's alright.
Alright. Then. A little.
What is with the static all of a sudden? Hello? Hello?
It seems that. Connect.
Damn it! Did the transceiver just suddenly break?
Excuse me.
What happened? I don't know. All of a sudden it became nothing but static. Mystic Maya. Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. The sooner the better.
I don't have anything to say to delinquents like you.
Just clamming up like the old clam she is. Please, anything will be helpful. Alright, I think we already did this dialogue. Okay. An electronics expert. Someone at the criminal affairs department, maybe? Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you a little something for dinner. That's nice, thanks. A rich man's luxurious full-course meal. Out of a can, that is. I'm sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have the time to eat. Oops. Looks like you don't have a can opener, pal. You've got to be kidding. And here I thought he'd already whipped something up. No, I know. There is one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead. Well, since he's here and offering, I wonder what I could try asking him about. Let's see if he knows how to fix the transceiver. The transceiver? No, Mr. Nick, you should ask Mr. Scruffy Detective about that thing. What thing? Oh yeah, this thing just up and broke all of a sudden. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Huh? Maybe it fixed itself? That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise. Maybe. Maybe what? Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal. Electromagnetic interference? So what is electromagnetic interference? Are you shitting me? What's an airport? Something that happens when radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal. Oh, when you put it that way. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen. The stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right? Huh? Computer? It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts looking weird. Oh yes, the TV does do that. Oh, so that's what you're talking about.
Doesn't this game take place in like 2017? Haven't they? I'm pretty sure they fixed that problem by then.
She seems amazingly happy at being able to understand this. So the room you were in when that interference of the transceiver happened. There's gotta be something there that's sending out very strong radio waves, pal. Very strong radio waves. Something like a listening device or something. Ah! Hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened? We were in Mr. Corridor's room. The scene of the murder. What? That's it. I'm gonna sneak into the precinct to get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, pal. Alright? Wait, Gumshoe. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. And then he investigated all over the crime scene, and it was truly the episode of all time.
Yeah! We should get going too, Mr. Nick. Alright, let's go. Hey, you're finally here, pal. Sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Then suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors. From the outside, I mean. So, yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item. Hey, calm down, pal. I didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's. Wow, so this is a bug sweeper. Looks a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh, by who? Me, of course. Seeing this sure brings back memories. They don't look down on it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up. But I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here. Your heart and soul? It'll work. Trust me, pal. It'll do the job, but you can't set the sensitivity. So it's gonna beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. But isn't it better that way? Well, anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal? I'm getting that sinking feeling again. Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal. So we're going to find it, right? Right, now first let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough looky-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that's giving off a lot of radio waves, press enter to lock onto it. There's a lot of things here that'll give off radio waves. So let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Alright, I'm going to stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug, got it, pal? Oh, that's the lamp. Oh, what a lovely bear. Ah! This must be one of those fancy bear-shaped toy robots. It's a robot? It's a real robot? Yeah, it's a real one. Mr. Nick. Yes? How many horsepower is it? How many horsies? Horsies? Well, look, it's a bear, so, a cell phone. Nope, no bugs in here. A cell phone? What? Don't tell me you don't know what a cell phone is. I'm sorry, I've never seen one before. Now that she mentions it, my cell phone couldn't get any reception while I was staying in Karine Village. And Pearls has never lived outside of that village, so... Well, I guess I can't say it's impossible to live without one. But do and do and do and do. Oh, what do we got here? This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I've ever seen. Hey, so did you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean. No, not yet, but this bear's eye is... Let's see. Perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we got. No, you can't.
Such a violent act. No! It's a miniature camera. And it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer. A what-o-meter? A transmitter, pal. Oh, is this more of that high-tech stuff? So this tiny thing is a camera? Yep. It's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera, mostly used in security systems. So it's a video camera. Runs on a battery, which comes with it in a set. But there's no videotape in this camera. This is only the camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside is somewhere else. Somewhere else? The footage is changed into radio waves and then it's sent to that recorder. So, it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it? Hey, you know, you're right. So, what's a transmitter? It's a device that sends the footage to the... It's a device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal. Looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing. Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it. You can set it for a certain time? Yep, let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 PM and go for 1 hour. 8 PM? That was the time the awards ceremony ended. There's no date yet, so it's been recording every night, I guess. Oh, there's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess. Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here? I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder. Then maybe. Maybe this camera caught the murder on tape. What? And if you think about the angle the bear's at, it's bound to have a clear shot of the whole crime, pal. So there was a camera in this bear's eye, and it was disguised as a present. I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind. But who gave Mr. Corda this present? I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there's got a video of what happened here that night. Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is? It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, but there's no real way to find out. Oh. Is there really no way to find out? I got it. What? Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. What are you going to do? I'm going to go around the electronics shops and see if I can find out who bought this. But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 PM. Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! He's gone. Yeah. But Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard. All for Mystic Maya's sake. It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right? Ah! You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth? What are you doing here? A rescue team has already been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward one step at a time. I see. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So there was a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal, huh? You're one lucky man, right? Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl? I've no idea. Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade, and only a small number of these are exported here. What? The camera and transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is. Can you really do that? Mr. Nick, can he really? Well, I guess so. It's 9 PM. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. See you soon, Wright. Wait, what? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, Wright, until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Corrida? The real killer? Do you really think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, Wright. Everything begins with the truth. Juan Corrida's real killer, Miss Andrews' past. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. On Guard. And this card, Shelley the Killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. Wow, we actually did that in less than an hour. Alright, well. We're gonna wrap up this investigation next episode, but if you enjoyed this video, then no further actions required on your part, and we'll see you then.